Okay, I have another story. It's a long ago story. I don't know if I talked about it before, so if I'm repeating myself, so be it. I have maybe a more revised version of it. Because I was just talking to my friend about this, so I was like, God, it just bugs me when you have shitty family. Because you're growing up in that environment. Like, you don't have a safe ground. Like when people like escape, for the holidays because they're, approaching, and you're like, oh, I feel, my family keeps me grounded. Thankfully, I hope I personally have my own family, my kids grounded. Like they know they can always be comfortable around me and not have that vibe, But so anyway, a while back, years ago, because I've been in no contact with my family for I think 5 years now. It's been a long time. So this is how it's older than that. But my sister had a party. I can't say party because she was so annoyed by that. A gathering with there's construction. Lovely. My older sisters. I want to say it was her kid's birthday. She always uses the middle sister's house because it's more centrally located and it's just a better, it's bigger and nice backyard. The kids can play kind of thing. So we were all over there to celebrate my older sister's kid's birthday, I believe. I forgot it had to be something like that for us all to be over there. So it was my mom, myself, my two sisters. My brother was still in Hawaii. I don't think he flew out for that occasion. I don't remember him being there. But anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. But I mean, we're all like, so it was my narc sister, the middle one. My mom and myself were all just sitting at the table out in the backyard, conversing about whatever. I just remember being a decent conversation. It was kind of nice and flowy. I was actually, having a good time. And then out of the blue, I guess, the doorbell rang, and it was a friend of my sister's that just popped out of nowhere to show up because she was in the neighborhood. And she invited her in, and then it just kind of ruined the situation outside. It was like, okay, I guess that conversation ended. Like, it was now my sister is in the kitchen with her friend and leave my mom and myself just there like, okay, you coming back? Or I guess this is the end of that conversation, because I just thought that friend of hers was a buzzkill to just show up unannounced. And so I didn't say anything to my sister. My mom was already complaining. She's like, who is this that showed up? Da, 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 whatever. And I'm like, I don't know who that person is. I said, but she reminds me of Mrs. Blah, blah, blah. Back in where my mom lives, there was a neighbor across the street that always would just walk right in your door. Like, literally just like she lived there. It was always so weird to me. Like, I'm like, lady, like, what happens if we were walking in on a bad situation? My parents are fighting, or my mom's yelling at my older brother. Like, come on, have some common decency. Knock on the door. I understand neighbors kind of pop in unannounced, but the ones I've endured personally out here, at least, it's only if I'm outside or my neighbor is like bringing food over because they were having a family gathering party and they always invite us over, and he wants to just bring some food over from what they made. What the hell, dude? Nice park job. So like that, but then they leave. It's not like come on over and hang out at the house unannounced. To me, it's just, I just find that so rude. Anyway, so I just said it to my mom, like, yeah, that's kind of rude. She just kind of broke up our conversation. So anyway, I never said anything to my sister about it. Whatever, the friend left, and then we resumed the gathering. Sorry, it's not a party. So now I'm at, about an hour later into the party, my sister comes over to me. She goes, what's this? Mom said that you thought it was rude that my friend showed up. And I'm like, no, she just reminded me of, who, like the old lady that just barged on in the house. I said, no big deal. It wasn't enough for me to like say anything. I shouldn't have said anything to my mom, really. I blame myself for even saying anything. It was just my mom was complaining and I was just kind of agreeing with her. So I'm like, why the hell would my mom do that? So that's an example of something my mom would do. She would cause chaos and then wonder why we all don't talk to each other. I'm like, why would you go out of your way to share that story to her? Like, that's going to go well. So I dropped it because, like, I didn't make it any worse than it was. I just told her what I said. It wasn't a big deal. And We resumed the gathering. And the next day, the reason why I keep saying it is because of this. So the next day she calls me, my sister calls me, and she wanted to discuss more about it. And I was like, this is getting really stupid. And I'm like, okay, I thought we were having a good time at the table, having a good, nice conversation at your party. Because it wasn't a party. It wasn't a party. I'm like, okay, whatever it was. And then your friend just shows up and kind of buzzkills the day. And he's like, well, first off, it wasn't a party. And so what if my friend comes over? I don't have a problem with that. I'm like, yeah, obviously you don't. I said, but it just kind of enjoyed talking to you and, you know. And then she proceeded to be like, well, that's how you were. You know, I know that you always need my attention and you're always like upset when you don't get it. And I'm like, oh my God, like, don't flatter yourself. It was because you know how it was like in so-and-so's wedding. So my brother, the one that lives in Hawaii, my older brother passed away. So my other only brother now lives in Hawaii. And we flew out there for his wedding. And since I was staying in the hotel with my sister, I didn't know anybody in his wedding party. I did tend to hang out, like follow her around, not on like a puppy dog, but just kind of like we came together and I thought, oh, okay, I'll just kind of hang around the people I know. I guess that bothered her because she made it sound like I was like clingy and like didn't want her attention away from me. I'm like, oh my God, I don't give two shits whether you're talking to his friends over there. You know, that's fine. I was just kind of not wanting to be a loner, but it had nothing to do with, you know, pining away for your attention. I'm like, oh my God, it was just way weird how she thinks that way. And she said that before a long time ago with my first husband, when her and her boyfriend at the time would hang out with us, and it would call and like make plans, and I liked enjoying their company, but at the same time she made a comment that I just pine away waiting at the phone for it to ring, waiting for them to call. I'm like, you're not that amazing in my life. I just enjoyed your company, but I'm really starting not to because you're an asshole. So I don't know. I really fall stupid sometimes. Like, I'm really naive, and I know that's a magnet for these kind of people because I forget what an asshole she is. And then I cave into going, oh, she's being really nice right now. She's actually a cool person. And then I hang out with her, and then she pulls that stunt on me. And I'm like, no, I got to remember, you really are an asshole 24/7. I don't know. I just wanted to share that story because I thought, first off, shitty that my mom would tell her that just to cause problems. And then two, shitty that she would think that I think such less of myself and think that she's like the queen shit. I'm like, no. And I haven't talked to you in 5 years, and it's been a blessing. I just have nothing good to say about you. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. So I will talk to you later. Bye.